With that, we will move on to these non-timed items. Looks like we'll go to 7.2, consideration of request to appoint negotiating team for the purchase of the Kelseyville Event Center, a property located at 5245 3rd Street, Kelseyville, California, APN 025-083-06. Let's see. And I'll give this to CAO Parker.
Yes, thank you, Chair. We bring this item forward for your board's consideration today. The American Rescue Plan Act Committee has recommended exploring the option to purchase and renovate the Kelseyville Senior Center. As such, staff requests that your board appoint a negotiating team that consists of myself and ACAO Stephen Carter. We will discuss terms and expectations later today in closed session.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I'm just excited that we've had this discussion before about the ARPA funds, and I'm excited that this is moving forward, and I think this is a great next step.
Did you have anything, Ms. Grant? Okay. All right, so I'll open it up for the public. See a hand up. Let's see. Betsy Kahn, if you'd like to unmute, say your name for the record, and we'll start at 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Betsy Kahn, the Essential Public Information Center. I would like to understand what the purpose of this purchase is. Has there been some request made from the Senior Center Board? Is it an has the Area Agency on Aging recommended this? What's the deal?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we've had this discussion at the board here before. We've had the discussion with it. I've had the discussion with the Area on Aging, and I have spoken with the Kelseyville Senior Center about it. The issue is that it's an aging building, and it's difficult for them to manage the repairs and the maintenance. And because the Senior Center only uses the building the first half of the day, it opens up opportunities for the community to use it as a community center the second half of the day. And that's, that community does not have a community center, nor does it have a library within the district. District 5 does not have a library, so that's another option that we've discussed, is having an outpost library, but now we also have a bookmobile van coming. So there are a lot of parts, but there is a need for this community, and that's why I've brought this before the ARPA committee, and then came before the board last winter too.
Okay. All right. Any other questions from the public? Okay, I see another hand. Elizabeth Larson, Lake County News, if you'd like to unmute, and we'll go ahead and start the timer. I'm not sure if you're unmuted. You're back on mute. There you go. It's not coming in for some reason.
Is it possible to submit it as a chat? Oh, looks like she's connecting.
Can you hear me?
Now we can, yes.
Okay, thank you. I just had a quick question about, so who, if this purchase went forward, who would operate the center? Is this going to be operated by the Kelseyville seniors, or is it going to be operated by the county?
It's going to be operated by the county, but the building will be leased by the Senior Center.
So it will, and will they continue their operations there under that lease?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I'm not seeing any other hands up for public comment, so I'll bring it back to the board. Supervisor Spatier.
I did get a question yesterday, and I believe I know the answer, but I'll just go ahead and ask and make sure to clarify. The current owners of that building is that Senior Center nonprofit?
Yes, but I'll let CAO Parker explain
I won't go into great
the
detail.
due diligence that she's been performing over the last 6 months.
Currently on the deed, it's Kelseyville Senior Inc. So yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So with that, there's not any other discussion. I guess we would appoint a negotiating team, so.
As proposed.
So moved.
Second.
I see a hand up again. I did close public comment, but I'll go ahead and open it briefly before we do the second. Elizabeth, if you unmute, please.
I apologize. I forgot to ask one thing. Is there an estimated cost of what it would, for the county to operate the building on an annual basis?
Not at this time.
All right. With that, I'll go ahead and close public comment. And Joan, if you please come forward and state your name for the record, and we'll go from there.
John Moss. I was wondering if the Lucerne Center and the Upper Lake Center and the Clear Lake Center for Senior Citizens, are they also properties of Lake County, or are they properties of the seniors? Thank you.
One is different.
So, yeah, they're different. I know, go ahead, did you want to?
Yeah, I can't speak to the ownership of those properties. I think they're owned privately. They're not owned.
No, I
by
know
the
that
county.
Lucerne rents like a specific amount with the county.
Like their thrift store.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah.
It might be beneficial to state. Lars Ewing, Public Services Director. So Lucerne is not a county-owned, if we're talking the Lucerne Senior Center,
Right.
that is not a county-owned building.
It's there's one building on the side.
The thrift
shop.
The thrift shop is, we lease that to them. Let's see, Clear Lake Oaks is a county-owned building, which is leased to the senior center. And was there one more? I apologize.
Upper Lake.
Upper Lake, I will have to research. I believe that is not a county-owned building.
That's what I thought.
And for Clear Lake, it's owned by the city of Clear Lake and leased to the nonprofit that runs the senior center stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lars.
So I'll just go back to our original discussion with the ARPA funds. This is an investment that we want to make in our senior centers and into our seniors. So we're taking, I believe we designated $1 million to upgrade the senior centers or to assess them and set them up for success. The Kelseyville Senior Center has a lot of deferred maintenance that they were struggling to do, and this was a way that we could invest in that facility and kind of ease that burden and let them let them have the ability to do what they need to do to function for the seniors and kind of remove that burden.
All right, thank you. So, Betsy, if you can make this, I mean, your last one, you see your hands up again, so if we can keep it brief and ask your last question. And
Thank you,
after this,
Mr.
I'll
Chair.
close
I
public
don't
input
intend
from your
to
folks.
waste your time.
You're not, I just,
The Upper Lake Senior Center is a building that belongs to the county and leased to the Senior Support Services of Upper Lake. It used to be the original county courthouse on Mendenhall Avenue. And the Lucerne Senior Center is privately owned by the nonprofit corporation, with the exception of a mortgage held by the County of Lake administration that is a very complicated matter. I can explain it in detail to anybody who wants to know. So
thank you for that information. It was very helpful. With that, I'll close public input and get back to the second of the motion that was made.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.